Hello everyone, and welcome to this video in which I will be giving some evaluation, or rather examples of some of the achievements we've seen in the last strategy period 2014 to 2017. I'll do that for the 5 pillars of that strategy, namely advocacy, capacity building, knowledge and network sharing, communications, and growing the movement. So firstly, advocacy. We said we would develop exemplary and inspiring evidence-based political statements and visions. And here my example would be the Inactivity Time Bomb initiative that we did together with Coca-Cola, consisting of a report done by the Center for Economics and Business Research in the UK. We also did promotion, including via several videos, infographics, and one launch event. And I think a good example of an opportunity that we pursued and which gave us good visibility as well. We also said we would create platforms for members and stakeholders to align their messages and statements. My example here would be the ongoing Active Voice project, which is combining European level partners with specific ISCA members, and most recently we are developing also a social media campaign to try and combine the outreach of these several organizations. We said we would implement strategic goals-based advocacy primarily via public presentations, meetings, and political communications. And here my example would be our initiatives with the European Parliament, where we've not only interviewed the European parliamentarians but actually engaged with them in specific games and physical activities. And on this picture you can see Mr. Sean Kelly having fun. He really is a good sport, and so are the others, and we've had a lot of positive outcomes of trying to have a more light mode of communications here. Another example is that we took inspiration from Italian ISCA member WISP and adapted that to be what we call movement pills, having also online exercises and referrals, and we thought this has been also a good example of our way of communicating the core ISCA messages. Moving on then to capacity building. We said we would want to be the creator and broker of knowledge in our sector by analyzing the key needs and priorities of our members and to spot trends and develop new concepts. Firstly, I would like to say we feel that we are in a continuous dialogue with key ISCA members to understand their needs and wishes, but we have also tried to implement membership surveys to get a more systematic view on the input from our membership. Definitely we've been testing new topics and building new concepts. Here are 5 examples, namely good governance, hard to reach populations, active voices, again on advocacy as mentioned, and the integration of refugees, and not least have we most recently developed an entirely new concept called grassroots sports diplomacy. We also said we would grow the capacity of ISCA member organizations by offering and enabling them to join high quality campaigns, projects and meetings. Here I will mention 2 things. Firstly, Move Quality and Move Transfer, that try to build the capacity of our member organizations to actually deliver better programs, and as in the case of Move Transfer, trying to scale up good initiatives or to transfer them from one country to another one. When it comes to campaign, needless to say, the Now Move campaign has been a major part of what we did. Here are some examples of the activities under that umbrella that took place in 2016. Of course there's the Move Week, but beyond that the European No Elevators Day has been initiated, and we had Now We Bike, the European cross-border biking tour, the European Flash Move, which is a shared dance, choreography and music all over Europe, and the European Fitness Day. And finally I mentioned the European School Sport Day, which has been implemented with our Hungarian member, the Hungarian School Sport Federation. Of course, the Move Week has also been taking place in Latin America, and I'll get back to that. We said we would build useful tools for ISCA members in the sector by developing online and offline tools and templates. 2 examples here would be the good governance tools, the manual, and not least the online self-assessment tool. And the other one, the Move and Learn manual, which is also online and available for anybody to use, with a view to enhancing the use of education through sport as a methodology in our sector. Next pillar is knowledge and network sharing. We would identify and share best practices by developing new externally funded projects. We've done a lot of those indeed, and the movement spaces is an example. So is the Refugees project, the MOVE project, and the FOM project on women in sport. So we can fundamentally say that identifying what works and sharing and communicating about that is really core of what we've done, and we feel we have a good position there, not being a very theoretical organization, but rather practical and communicating indeed the practices. We also said we'd facilitate networking between ISCA members by establishing thematic networks and supporting bi- and multilateral agreements and mobilities. Here I would mention the Moving Age Network, which has had its conference in 2016, supported by a webpage, and we had surveys of the network members as well as sharing good practices. I think this is an example of network that's really active under the leadership of Mr. Herbert Hartmann. We also see some of our networks are rather sleepy, so something to also consider here. On communications, we can say that we wanted to implement our corporate marketing communication strategy and deliver consistent and innovative communications for our campaigns as well as for our ongoing projects. And here the Now Move campaign and the Move Week not least have of course been prime examples. Very high communications reach for the Move Week, with 2015 as you can see here as the peak year. We've done multimedia communications as well as social media, which has been a major part of our promotion. But also on-site promotion, including posters, banners, etc. Finally, I've mentioned our public relations, where we try to earn access to media channels by simply trying to have them publish our stories. Moving on to growing the movement, we said we would enable confidential development with, as a minimum, mediating networks and organizing one meeting per second year in each active continent. Latin America is my prime example here, of course, with Move Week, Move Brazil, Youth in the Move, and our ongoing educational exchange programs in Colombia. I've mentioned two of them here, namely Youth in the Move and EU-funded project that build capacities for young people to engage in the Move Week, both in Europe and in Latin America. That project has now successfully ended. But also the collaboration between UBAE in Spain and SENA in Colombia, which was facilitated by ISCA via an international agreement. It took time to establish that one, and we're trying to renew it now. But with a little bit of footwork, we can see that actually more engagement in the ISCA network is possible. We also said we wanted to increase ISCA membership by recruiting new members and engaging more with the ongoing ones, with the current ones. We definitely grew the membership. We don't have a measure to say how active they've been, but when it comes to the number of members, at least that number has been consistently growing. We wanted to enhance our financial situation by growing actually in all parameters, our unrestricted funding, the public funding and the corporate funding, as well as our equity. We also want to help our members to develop their financial capacities. And when you look at the financial sheet here, we can safely say that we did not meet those objectives. We've had a rather stable development, I would say, in terms of the unrestricted and external funding we've been able to achieve. But the growth that we wanted to have was not possible, so that's another important conversation to have. Finally, we wanted to establish strategic alliances with selective partners, and I would mention here the Move Congress as an example, not only of a platform that we provide for our members, but also as an opportunity for ISCA, in fact, to get new contacts and new alliances and illustrate what it is to work across sectors in our world. And I think Move Congress, which will be happening again this year in Birmingham, is a good example of our way of thinking about these sort of partnerships. So those would be my words, a few examples and considerations about the recent strategy period, and I look forward to our discussion about what are the priorities and needs for the future strategy. Thank you very much for your attention.